So, just a little introduction to our decks. We focused on a more diplomacy-based negotiation deck with renown, cards that benefit from renown, like Parvenu or Visionary Networker. What are our drafts again? Right, we start with some renown and gain extra actions each turn, so our negotiation deck is pretty strong. For our battle deck, we don't have a great plan yet. We have a good multi-attack, we have a couple of drinking things, we have a couple of nice drinking grafts that benefit using flasks or having flasks, or rather bottles. So that deck still needs a good way to cash in on all the drinking we can do with it, but we'll have to see. We have to find that today, I think. Yeah, we also have two people hating us because we took the 3 fingers as our boss craft. Anyways, let's start this. You wake at the butt crack of noon to hear the clamor of gossip in the bar downstairs. That's enough to get you out of bed quick. Morning, sweets. What's the noise today? Seems your whole family's on the up. Not enough that Wixmali is now one of the briniest of Hessians, but the rose is on the market. He just announced it. Ha! Theru can't stand sharing a basket, let alone a whole household. Besides, our folks never approved him for a betrothal contract, and Wix always said he was too stupid to branch the dynasty. Must have changed his tune, because Vix is the sponsor. You know, maybe your siblings need a bit of convincing to get on board with the whole disown Smith idea. Maybe we could use this to get you back in the game. If you're suggesting I marry my own brother? What? No! But Theru is about as bright as a lumen stain. We put forward a candidate for marriage, and you get away in. Blackmail, manipulation, or just a simple assassination with his spouse inheriting his place at the table. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Maybe I was out of line to say anything. No, I'm listening. But you got someone in mind? Cause most of the social climbers in the foam are too ambitious to wedge themselves under my thumb so easy. Well, in fact, I do know a couple of folks. Danicus, or Hesh, maybe even Antoinette. Okay. Let's ask about Antoinette. Antoinette? That name sounds familiar. Probably because she's only the biggest celebrity on this side of the salt. She's got influence and popularity, but no brood dynasty to call her own. So she might want to join the banquets, huh? And if not, well, at least you can get an autograph. Who's this Danicus? A con artist, plain and simple. He's been working Supplicant City, but word is he's in town. You offer the shills or even the influence to work on an even bigger scam, and Danicus will listen. Theru's a charmer. If the face ain't pretty, he'll outmaneuver him. Oh, Danicus is pretty, alright. I mean, so I've heard other people, who are not me, say. Sure. Alright, I'll go to talk to one of these poor schlubs. Marrying Theru? What a nightmare. Let's take a look at your stock. There's a brain chills. It's probably a bit too late for that. Could still be a decent investment. But I'm one chill short. Danicus or Antoinette? Let's go for Danicus. Hey bud, you don't know me, but I hear you're the kind of guy who likes an opportunity. You're right on the last half anyway. Smith Banquet, right? The castaway son. We actually met once in Murder Bay at a card table reserved for Admiralty. We did? I wouldn't expect you to remember. I was going by a different name, and you were very, very drunk. I'm glad to see you survived the alcohol poisoning, but it was a rough betrayal you came home to, eh? This opportunity of yours have anything to do with that? Matter of fact, I want to get you hitched to my brother. Assuming you can clean up nice enough. I can clean up better than you, that's for sure. Fair warning though, I don't do murder. So if you want him dead, it's gotta be your hand on the hilt. Yeah, sure. Let's get Danicus married with Theru. You know what, bud? I like the cut of your jib. I like that you have the option to go with a same-sex marriage here. Unfortunately, I don't know if I quite like yours. You've been awful rude to someone you want to bring into the family. How about you do something for me first? Convince me you've got my best interests at heart. Uh-huh. And you got something in mind, right? No, before you came to me, I was in the middle of a small crisis. One of the ways I've been paying my expenses is in jeopardy. So I'm saving the day? Is that it? Since I'm in with the spree, I often handle imports from Murder Bay, chiefly waylaid relics. Relics or relics? Well, one person's treasure. You know how it goes. Unfortunately, with the glut of pilgrims and anxious luminari about, my supply line has choked. Need you to investigate, find the clock, and clear it. My primary contact is Hiku. She should be holed up with her Oshnus out at the port. Sure. I think we can handle that. Let's take a look at the party store. See what's available on this fine day. Greetings once again. Don't upset Steven. Let's see what you have. Lightning Rod. The start of each negotiation, insert the conductor card into your hand that redirects opponent's intents. Conductor forces all enemy intents and arguments to target a specific argument this turn. Is sticky but expense. While I like the idea of that, I don't think it's great for a graft. Hey Silly, thank you so much for the 6th month of subscription on tier 1. Appreciate it. Says good luck. Thank you. Locus Breaker. Whenever you draw 5 or more cards after your initial hand in a single turn, gain 1 bait. Bait must be targeted before anything else, gains 2 resolve for each stack of bait, has 2 resolve by base. That needs a lot of card draw. Is interesting, but I don't think we can quite make it work yet. Coactive Orb Slug. Whenever you gain influence, deal 2 damage to a random opponent argument. We don't gain influence that often. If at all. Rejig. Start of each battle, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many new cards. Not a bad thing. Illicit Shifter. When installed, upgrade 3 random battle cards. Yeah, we can upgrade them by playing them. It gets more useful in the late game though. If you discarded at least 4 cards on your previous turn, gain 3 temporary power. That is tempting, but not for... it might be for this deck, because of the auto sorter. Because we do discard the bottles automatically. That would be a way to make the bottles more useful. Let's also take a look at the cards here. Gain renown equal to the damage dealt by this card. That is pretty good. No, fill your hand with brag. They cost 0 until played. Wow. Fill your hand with upgraded with an upgraded brag. With upgraded brag. Ooh. Powerful card. I like it. I will probably take one of these if I were able to afford them. Fold them. Threshold 6. Apply 2 wound. Needs quite a bit of adrenaline or power to make this work. Consistently. But applying wounds is always nice. And the damage isn't terrible. Gain defense, yeah, cavalcade, we know this and we use this. Soothing concoctions, ability whenever you drink, heal 1 health. Do we drink a lot? We do drink quite a bit. That could be something. Yeah, there are a few things I might want to save up some shields for on this day. Danicus wants to know why the import part of his import enterprise isn't happening. Ahesh, I knew he'd send someone eventually. I stalled out, but it's not my fault. You know what? I don't really have time for the details. Just tell me who I need to pressure to make this problem go away. It's Del's fault. He's the one who guises up the garbage we import so that it fools the customer into thinking it's the real deal. But he's refusing to work. Creative differences or something? And I suppose I should go talk to them and or hit them repeatedly, right? Don't hurt him. He's a pain, but he's the only one capable of doing the forgeries. Details. Sure. You make for the exit, but you're pulled up short by an Admiralty patrol. Huh. Seems our own hunch was right. But let me guess. This isn't what it looks like. Do we defend Hiko? Isolated location. We can get away with murder here. Another battle to upgrade some cards would be nice. Our negotiation deck is in a good spot. Let's go for the fight here. You're in the wrong place, Switch, but I'd say it's exactly the right time. Ah, right, I have my racing Arshno. That is nice. I forgot about that. Let's see. We don't want some defense here. But I think we dropkick first. Or we cavalcade instead. I wanna go with the cards that gain experience. What do you have? Gains 2 power after an attack damages a target. Ooh. Oh, and you have an evasion, so we should go for the guard here. And we do want to block all the damage they're doing, so... Do you want to defend my Oshno? No, that's unnecessary. They gain 5 defense each turn anyways. The rock is defending. So let's keep hitting the guard. I'm just gonna use these cards for experience. Wow, they really have it out for my Oshno. I'll probably go with a stun this turn. So Wilson doesn't take too much damage. Oh, nice. Nice bleed there. Filter these bottles, at least some of them. It's time to drink. I'll take a power. Do we want to kill the rock? Gain innovation, destroy after 2 uses. That's actually quite a solid card. Maybe we shouldn't make them flee then, and instead try to kill them. Admiralty Requisition. Draw 3 cards for 0. Destroy after 1 use. That is nice. Is that the battle card or a negotiation card? We can look at it. Right? Yep. Sure, let's keep hitting the guard. Keep our Oshno well defended. And keep the bottles in the deck for now. Ooh. Got another 2 power. That sure is nice. This will kill the rock. And then we end the fight because the guard gets taken out by my Oshno. Do I want to kill you? Probably not. Although I could get away with murder here. Let's get him. Rock Plume. I will definitely take both of these. These are both quite nice. And we have a couple upgrades to make. So. Deal 6 bonus damage if you have 6 or more empty bottle cards in your deck. You know what? Yes. Take 2 damage twice for more Moxie or apply 2 trauma. I like having a way to apply trauma to the enemies. Apply 10 defense, defense destroy, yes. We have other defensive cards that are better. Looking at these rust buckets especially. If there are more cards like this that deal more damage with high numbers of empty bottles, that might be something we are interested in. Expend 2 empty bottles. Apply 2 wounds. That is good. Drink and gain 2 adrenaline. Reasonable. Very good with multi-hit attacks. But so is the wound. If your target has trauma, apply 1 wound. We can make it hit all enemies. Or we can make it apply 2 wounds and deal more damage on the upgrade. This one can only cost 1 empty bottle. Or it can deal more damage. You know what? We have a lot of bottle generations. I want the shatter. Wounds are also very nice with our multi-hit at least. Hesh, you sure know how to clean up, huh? Hiko loves us. Ooh. All allied bandits have plus 10 health in battle. Sure. Not a great boon, but I'll take it. Let's meet up with Del. You find the forger in his workshop, surrounded by unfinished pieces. Looks like you got a lot of crap here, Del. Denico sent me. What's the holdup? The holdup? What? Like I am a factory line needing maintenance? I'm an artist. Interpreting the work of the vagrants is a privilege. In order to pay my homage to my ancient muse, I must sit in quiet, uninterrupted contemplation. And of course, have access to the finest materials. Okay, so what do you need? Well, the quality of these pieces would undoubtedly be improved by the water of Hesh. What's the water of Hesh? Okay, what is this water of Hesh stuff? I mean, strictly speaking, ain't that just seawater? Ever seen a Hesh bladder? Yeah? Well, why do you think it's called a bladder? I get it. I don't think I want to intimidate him. Let's help him. I'll help you find what you need. A true patron of the arts. I know the location of a Hesh bladder colony. Let's go. It's a weird voice I gave him. It's getting hot. You find the location of the Hesh bladder colony. Isn't it beautiful? Smells like New Deltry, where the sewage meets the sea. Perfect! That's how you know they're ripe. You hold your breath and approach the nesting bladders. Try not to let any of the bladder water spill on you. That can happen. Gaseous Herd. At the end of Hesh bladder's turn, it gains 1 inflated per friendly Hesh bladder alive. Inflated. Owner is storing fumes in order to apply fetter to an enemy. Fetter? At the end of owner's turn, take 1 damage and remove all fetter. So the more there are, the more inflated they will accumulate. And I don't know how they apply fetter, but I guess taking out individual ones as fast as possible is the way to go with this. We currently have 2 bottles, so the 6-pack bash isn't active yet. I think I'll just go for an obliterate here. Stop one of these from applying whatever buff they are trying to apply. Inflated 2, inflated 2. Oh, these just gained more in inflated. This one is actually attacking my Oshno, which isn't a problem. Take 2 damage twice. You know what? None of these really make a ton of sense. I don't want to expend more bottles because I don't have 4 bottles and I do want to play the Shadow. So I think I want to drink. And I guess then we better go with the boosted green juice. What do I get from killing these? Bladder gland. Take 3 damage, gain 4 adrenaline, destroy after 1 use. That isn't even that exciting. But sure, let's go for a kill on this one. Then we alleviate the health lost. Let's play a rust bucket, I guess. And let's get slam. Sure, let's focus on this one if everyone's going for it. I'll just go for the EXP here. Del is out of ammo, so he has to reload. Six-pack bash is now active. And it looks like we'll get the kill here. Ah, no, it flees in between. Do I want the bladder gland? Might not want it, actually. Deal 4 bonus damage if you drank this turn, but I think I want the evasion instead. Apply 3 additional defense if you drank this turn. What do we have to drink? We have rust buckets and smith's boosted flask, but that's it. If I play a rust bucket, I normally don't need that much defense, so I think we'll go with that, just having more defense by base option. Drink, gain 5 moxie, expend. Huh. Why? Ah, it stops expanding. Okay. If your target has trauma, apply to impair. And hold them. Threshold 4, increase your moxie by 4. Not really the direction we're going with this deck. Doesn't multi-hit, doesn't benefit from multi-hits, doesn't give us bottles or use bottles, or benefit from having bottles. Well, this gives us bottles, but I feel like we decline. I guess 4 adrenaline is okay. It's not a terrible card, but yeah, I feel like it's not really worth picking up. Del rushes around collecting hash water from puddles and corpses alike. Wonderful. Nothing like fresh from the source. That's for sure. Can we go already? Let's finish the forgeries. You arrive back at the workshop and Del gets to work. It takes some time. You amuse yourself by seeing how long you can hold your breath. This also helps with the smell. It's finished. My best work yet. You inspect the presenter forgeries. They look the same to you, but they smell terrible. It's multimodal. Hiko arrives. Is the work done? It's a masterpiece. It's going to be a financial ruin piece if it doesn't sell. Smith, I need you to deliver these to Delana and make sure he's happy. All in a day's work. You have the bladder-soaked relic and you head out. Okay, let's sell the forgeries to Delana. Nothing to do here. Having your own parish is the closest a common Deltrian can get to nobility. The rules are different in Havaria, but maybe nobody told Delina that. I sell the relic. Denicus sent me. I have the goods. Shh. Keep it down. You don't want anyone seeing me with... I don't want anyone seeing me with you. Let me see it. You produced the stinky forgery. Oh, it's beautiful. And that smell. Fantastic. But how can I be sure this is the real deal? Heckler increases Delena's damage by 1. Whispered Rumors targets an opponent argument each time for 2 to 6 damage. That's a lot. That is a lot. And when an argument of Delena's is removed or destroyed, all other arguments gain 2 resolve. So we should use Influencer first, is what you're saying. So we still have the Bully of Clarity left to take care of this. Oh, right, we have 4 actions now. I forgot about that. Not like we could have done anything useful there. Wrath of Ash targets all opponent arguments for 2 to 3. Add 1 resolve and 1 composure to a friendly argument at the start of Delena's turn. Let's gain the influence. And take out the Wrath of Ash. Draw some cards. Indecision finds us. Kinda wanna keep my renown up. So let's do that. And then standing just for the experience. Influencer is ready to level up, as is Nepotism. Not much we can do here. Let's gain some more renown. Whenever you gain renown. Oh, is that per instance? It is per instance. Isn't it? We've gained more than 3 renown this fight. That makes that card quite a bit worse. And pretty hard to level up actually. When destroyed, restore 2 resolve for every opponent argument. We can keep that around for a bit. I do want to be able to play Parvenu at least once this fight to get the EXP on it. So I can possibly go with the reduced cost, I would say. Let's go with name drop. Sure, we can go with standing. Oops, should have used the gain renown there if I want to play the parvenu more easily. Well, I guess it's good once it gets going, but that will take a while. Let's take a look at nepotism first. Courtly nepotism, insert buffer or compel into your hand. Buff or gain 2 influence, expend. Compel, renown 3, discard, deals double damage and hits all opponent argument. Wow! That is so strong. That is insanely strong. Look at this compared to Influencer. This is 4 to 6 damage to all enemies. This upgraded is 7 to 8 to 1. Yeah, I guess it's not that huge of a difference, but still, we definitely go for the boosted Influencer because we hit renowned 2 very easily most of the time. Renounce. Attack a random argument. Expend any number of cards in your hand. Attack again per card expended. Not what we need, but... Spend 3 renown. Add 2 resolve to a friendly argument. Still don't like this card. Save face. Spend 2 renown. Apply 5 composure. What do we have? We have Stonefall guy. We have... Famous and Stone Bewilder. And we have Standing as our defensive set. We also have Stone Name Drop if we need to defend our renown specifically. That is enough. And I don't mind spending some renown. Goes up to 7 composure. You know what? It's not bad to have one of these, I guess. I mean, just look at it. And that smell. You can fake that smell.
Yes, Susia.
All good points. I'm a little embarrassed I even doubted you. Tell Danikus I'll send him the money in the usual way. Nice. Oh. A seller jumps you. Grifter! How long have you been following me? Long enough to know that you've been consulting with the suspected heretic Delena. What was your business with him? Tell me, or I'll take you to Supplicant City and you can tell me there. I don't want Delena to hate me, so I don't think I want to tell her about his relic. I could lie, or I could just beat her up and scare her off. Don't want to kill her, of course, but I'm no rat. Lumin Darts. While this is in your hand, deal 2 damage to a random enemy whenever you draw a card. That is somewhat tempting. I'm not sure how good this actually is, but... Drink from the Rust Bucket and from the Flask. Let's gain a power early. It's always nice. I actually should have defended my Oshno. Well, no, they are defending. Go with the wounds here. I love the animation there. Well, Wilson took 1 damage. I think that's okay. 12 damage and a status effect. Let's gain an evasion. Let's keep the bottles in my deck up and then go for the big hit. Nice dodge there. I think this turn we go for the stun. Get that one leveled up. It's also just good damage. The 6-pack bash is active. I can defend my Oshno here with the toughen up clarity if I have to. I don't have to. I don't want to kill her. Let's leave it at that. Wilson, get her. Obliterate. Gets upgraded. To deal 6 extra damage or to be 1 less cost. Usually with 1 energy in a hand that has Obliterate, I will usually be able to get 6 damage out of 1 energy most of the time. So let's go with the reduced cost instead. Long Night. Expand an empty bottle from card from your deck, drink 2. Can increase in damage, can increase in drink amount. Gain defense equal to the damage of your target's next attack. What? So it just blocks? Like whatever they throw at you, it blocks 1 hit? That is interesting. It's basically like innovation. Flavored a bit differently. Gives defense +4 or gives 5 counter. We have good defense in the deck already. We have Cavalcade, we have these Rust Buckets. Decent defense, I think. I'm not sure the Long Night is where we want to go with this, but it could certainly be. As long as we have bottles, we can increase the amount of bottles in the deck. It also triggers drink, which doesn't really matter for our cards. It's just about the bottles, I guess. 4 to 6 damage and adds an empty bottle. That is not good enough. We'll meet again, Grifter. We might. She doesn't even dislike me for that. Hey, Danicus. Ooh, I can haggle for a better reward. Certainly. I'm going to need a little more money. What is that thing? When destroyed, add 44 shields to your bonus, reduced by 25% at the end of your turn. When destroyed, gains 1 impatience. Same again. We do want to get the 79 as soon as we can, of course. That's a lot of incoming damage though. The whispered rumors especially. It's not what I want right now. Well, let's go for the 50-50. Nice. Six composure here should usually save this thing. Save my slug. Nice. And now it disappears anyways. Oh, compel hits all enemy arguments. That is so good right now. We need how much? 3 renown? We easily have that. Boom, 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 boom. No! I didn't finish. Whoops. Didn't finish the second bonus there. Renown 3 apply 5 bonus composure for sure. We almost always have 3 renown. Dominion. Spend up to 4 renown. Gain dominance equal to the renown spent. 0 cost or spends up to 6 renown. That is a really nice card in a dominance deck. Draw 3 cards. Discard 2 random cards from your hand. Can cost 1 and then you can choose your cards, or can stay at 0 and then draws 4 before discarding. When is that useful? It's discard random, so if your hand is bad, that is actually quite okay. Unyielding. If this card destroys an argument, gain 1 action and return it to your hand. Yeah, we've seen that before. Do I want to ransack in the deck? I think so. I like the upgrade that makes it draw 4. And it's not really a problem right now. Well, we gain an extra 89 shields. That is nice. It's actually quite a bit of money. And we gain an upgrade as a reward. One card I really... Well, Safe Face needs a lot of experience. Parvenu is really hard to upgrade because we can only play it late, and then by then usually fatigue has set in. I think I'll go with Parvenu. Make it cheaper, I think. So we can play it earlier. It's getting late. Tell me you're done with the paperwork, yeah? Reminds me why I never petitioned for a contract. So much fine print. Not enough wine sprint. Easy, brother. It's official. The Roo accepted my proposal. What? You didn't even meet him. How do you manage that? He thinks I'm a Deltrian trade negotiator looking to invigorate the supply lines with Rentoria. The Roo asked for exclusive first rights to all new trade contracts, and I said yes. What? That's surprisingly shrewd of him. Well, I also sent him a portfolio of self-portraits and a book of poems I wrote. I dedicated one to him in particular. Thorough, complexioned you, across the waves, my heart seeks you. Hey, not bad. It's terrible. But if he's smitten, I'm in business. Almost feel bad. You're gonna break his heart. I won't. That's your job, remember? You should move along now. I need to get ready for our face-to-face. I'll come find you at the hideaway when it's time. Sure, partner. Make yourself pretty now. Friend, I was born that way. You leave Danicus to slick back his hair and turn himself into whatever will seal the deal. Nice. That's going well. Oh, opportunity. Beach party. There's a party at the beach. You love parties. You should go. Or spar with Hiko. Spar with Hiko to upgrade one of your battle cards. This will cost some health. I think we are on a pretty good track on upgrading our battle deck. Let's look at the party. You find a small group of disheveled people sitting around some rocks. This looks like a fun party. Hey, man. Are you here to lick the goo? Excuse me? The goo! Ever since the beaching, it's been washing up on those rocks. And you lick it? Yes. But you have to pick a color first.
Sipiaka.
Well, that's interesting.
Pansoshoa.
I'm not quite sold yet.
Pashalsia.
What does the chartreuse do? That's the color of words.
Pashalsia.
Which words? Powerful words.
Siaputia.
I see. So probably helps with negotiation. Ask about top.
Penpiashi.
Have you tried the top? That one's a real trip. It makes you forget your violent impulses.
Jomesa.
Do you have a lot of violent impulses? Not anymore. Ask about morph.
Kepiakiol.
Okay, what happens with morph? Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Alsioso.
Why not? Just take my word for it. Don't pick morph. Ask about multiple colors. What happens if you lick all of the colors? You can't do that.
Siempoma.
Why not? Because that will be greedy. Phew. Powerful words. Forget violent impulses. That's probably gonna remove a battle card. If so, what would we remove? Heavy dropkick? Having trauma seems nice. The toughen up, the unupgraded one. Maybe even Smith's bottle. I don't like it a lot. Yeah, that might be it. I think we remove Smith's bottle, if that's the effect of the top goo.
Shakunapa.
I'm feeling rather top today. An excellent choice. You find an undisturbed patch of top ichor and have a taste. It's an acquired taste. Choose a battle card to remove. Well, predicted that one. Bye, bottle.
Siahatapa.
That was alright. Tell your friends. Probably better than upgrading a battle card. Let's check in with Teotaro. Oh, a stranger approaches you. You look like you've got the potential for true metal.
Kokoshe.
Thank you. Only some are blessed with the power of metal.
Dosakashe.
What exactly do you mean by metal? You don't know? It's all around you. It comes to those who accomplish great things.
Sepiana.
Oh, I see.
Sopetate.
Wait, no, I don't. What does it do? Its uses are many. Go here and they will show you its true potential. Plandak pulls out a map and points to a location that is seemingly just a cave. I must take my leave. Go there and discover your true potential. Here, take this to get you started. Gained 5 metal. Nice! I can now earn metal with Smith. I have a bunch of prestige point to spend on flourishes. Hey, I recognize you. You're the one who told me to come here. You can't fool me that easily. I'm not trying to fool anyone. I'm trying to test your metal. Let's take a look at the Smith flourishes. Usually we have the all-rounder, which is quite good. 6 damage, drink 2, take 1 damage for Moxie, gain 3 more Moxie, applying 3 trauma. Very nice. Just gaining 8 Moxie is an option. Gaining 6 adrenaline. Drinking 6 and gaining 2 adrenaline. Straight up apply traumatized. Honestly, I like the all-rounder. Gain 8 renown. Apply 4 composure to all friendly arguments, then attack them all for 3 damage. What? Apply composure to... That is really weird. Flatten. Deal 6 damage to all opponent arguments. That is pretty good. For the rest of this turn, hostility cards are played twice. That is very good. Gives you 3 dominance and upgrade. Remove a friendly argument and create a new version of it with twice as much max resolve. That is also interesting. Not really for this deck. Apply 3 composure to all friendly arguments, then deal 6 to all opponents. The upgrade is certainly good. Curveball is still weird. For Team Moxie, 12 adrenaline, drink 10 and gain 2 adrenaline. Apply traumatize to all enemies. Let's get flatten here. I think that's a good option to have. For battle, sometimes the shortcut might be good. Not that good, honestly. Secret Collection might be good. Actually, Innate Instinct is probably the most useful one. We can use that with our multi-hit attack. I don't think we can buy anything with 5 metal. We could buy some max resolve or health. These are just permanent upgrades you unlock over multiple runs. Let's go back to Tay. You've had a long day, so you almost don't remember Teotaro's waiting for you. Figure it's best to follow up though, since you're still a far cry from getting a leg up on Wix. I hear you've been busy. Looking forward to a nice reunion? Not exactly, but I've taken enough gut punches. My insides may as well be hardened leather. Not exactly the bravado you had on display yesterday, is it? All the same, I have another job for you. And if your heart isn't quite in it, maybe consider that you aren't the only person who Vix Mali has wronged. Let's ask about the job. So lay it on me, Exalted One. What do you need me to do? Exalted One. A war is coming with the Spark Barons, but many of the cults still think the enemy lies to the north. I'm not much good with politics. I'm speaking of Rentoria. A dignitary is coming to tour Pearl on the Foam and see the Great Beaching. Rentoria is an island nation to the north of Harvaria, frequently but not currently opposed to the Deltrian Empire. But some in the cult believe that even allowing the Rentorian in is an affront to Hesh. I want you to protect the Rentorian from any attempts on her life. Sounds good. Go pick up Bordenkra and take her to the beaching and a meeting with Alta. Make sure none of the citizens mess with her and cause an international incident. Oh, and watch out for Quail. He is fervent in his beliefs, and those beliefs are dangerous. Sounds easy enough. Teotaro needs you to babysit a visiting Rentorian dignitary. You'll find Bordenkra's boat. One of the boat's sails is caught in the wind, and the spinning beam is in danger of hitting them. You could help, or just watch. Lose 5 HP, Bordenkra will like you. Yeah, that's worth it. Hey, watch out! You catch the beam just before it hits Bordenkra, square in the back. It hurts a little, but you'll survive. Lost 5 HP. Thank you. It is refreshing to see good manners in a Havarian. After you. Teotaro needs a dog and pony show. Huh. Okay. You reach the beaching. There's a crowd and Bordenkra wants privacy. Deal with the riffraff, will you? You approach the crowd. What do you want, Grifter? Convince them to disperse or force them to move? I don't think we need to go with physical violence here. Let's just use our words. You probably want to leave. I think the blob over there is going to have an incident. What do you mean, incident?
Siebutia.
It's big? It's rotting?
Sikipa.
Every so often?
Sipiaka.
It makes wind?
Siahatapa.
Yeah.
Sepiana.
Smells so bad that it kills people. That all sounds very suspect. Oh, we got +1 action? Did we? Oh, we have 5 actions in this combat. Wow. Well, negotiation. But we do have some hecklers to take care of, and the whispered rumors from the social bane. Let's see. We can just play everything. Applying some renown early is always nice. Is there anything I want to discard here? I don't need the defense on the renown, so let's go with the name drop first. This one is the most annoying, I guess. When your damage spills over against Centrus argument, it targets your core argument instead. Oof! Should have paid attention to that one. Hopefully we roll low here. Actually, I'm gonna get some composer first. Lucy Bragg. And then ransack. That should do. Yep, we defended there. Grindstone. Targets an opponent and argument each turn for 2/2 damage. Only 2 resolve, so we will have some spillover. It's a bit too early for Parvenu. Compel does too much damage to the Grindstone. I'll go for some influence here. And then draw last. Another one of these annoying grindstones. Maybe I just leave them be. Can't really easily kill it this turn. Well, I can kill it with my resolve. Renown. With Famous Bewilder, we have enough renown to actually destroy it. Could be up to 4 spillover. Maybe we want to use Compel though for the damage. That's gonna be 6 damage actually, so it will be 4 spillover. Sure. Oh no! That's fine. We're no longer renowned 3. That means less damage spills over to mine. That's fine. Let's ransack first. I'm not even renowned 2 right now, but I can get there. Let's use the Stonefall guy for defense. And we use this before we are renowned, so we have less spill damage. And then we get the renown. And go for their core argument. Deadline. When destroyed, Smith's core argument gains 10 composure. Nice. Well, we don't need the composure on the core argument right now. We need it on this one. Should have played the safe phase first. Let's just end this. Wait, this doesn't end it. Oh, well, it's fine. Sure. Indecision upgrades to draw 2 cards and discard 1. Even draw 3, discard 3 would also be good. Go between damage spells, gain damage spells over to this argument before your core argument. No. Fall guy, another one. That is a bit more tempting, but nah. I'm telling ya, you don't want to be here for the death vault. I guess the smell is right now is bad enough. If it can get worse, I don't want to know about it. We'll be back later. Thanks for the tip, Grifter. The crowd leaves. The path's clear now. You can do your thing. Bordenkra approaches the beaching. Bordenkra draws a thin blade and takes a sample. I'm done. Wow, we better keep that on the down low. I think some Hessians would be real upset to learn you're doing the science on that thing. Yet you seem unfazed. Are you perhaps a man of science yourself? I'm a man of I do what I want. And what I want is to wrap things up with Alta so you can get home safe. Okay. Let's go to the next spot. You reach the meeting location, a very fancy restaurant that has been emptied of patrons. There you are, right on time. Let's get this over with, Hawaiian. The two diplomats have a long and boring discussion. You're about to fall asleep when you're startled from your stupor by a change in tenor. This meeting is over. Let's intervene and cool down the situation. Now, is there any way to treat our guest? Medal. If destroyed, gain 4 medal. At the end of Alta's turn, remove 1 medal. Well, we want to destroy that on turn 1. We'll make the whispered rumors a bit harder to get down. Let's start with the visionary indecision. Let's get some renown. Let's take this down now. Go for the rumors. Didn't quite get those. Let's get renown and spend renown to full defend. Oh, we didn't even need to do that because our renown took care of the enemy's argument for us. Let's go for the compel here to deal with those arguments in the back. Didn't quite do it. It's annoying. I want another attack. This is a good one. Don't need the composure. Anything we need to still upgrade? The safe face, I guess. The ransack. Let's keep our renown up and draw some cards. I will also get some damage on the enemy. Just play it for the experience. Draw some cards, play ransack again, and finish the negotiation. 5 medal, very nice. Even footing, no. Scapegoat, no. Fall guy, no. 10 more shields. Fine, we will continue the discussions. The talks drag on, subdued but tense. Finally, I'm glad we could come to an agreement. The liaison leaves. Bordenkra turns to you. Thank you for your assistance, Havarian. I was not expecting one such as yourself to have such a nuanced grasp of statecraft. Hey, I got grasps on all sorts of things. Oh, Smith. Onwards to the next place. Bordenkra stops. There is one last task I'd like to achieve while on Havarian soil, Smith. I hope that I'm not wrong in my assessment of your character. Can I trust you to accompany me to one more meeting? It hasn't been approved by the cult, and it may be dangerous. Dangerous? Hashem, finally. Beginning to think this job will put me in a coma. Sure, Ento. Count me in. Secret meeting location, departure point. Yeah, sure. Let's help her get to the secret meeting. You find the secret meeting. I hope you weren't waiting too long. The diplomacy of the situation is delicate. You understand? Let's get down to brass tacks, huh? We don't want anyone getting suspicious of where you've gone. To do just that, you spend your time kicking rocks and counting the critters that skitter out from under. Unfortunately, you're soon joined by the worst critters of all, the Emeralty. Excuse you, citizen, we have a few questions. Are you an associate of the smuggler known as Vo? Do we want to attack them? We do have Vo helping us. I feel like our negotiation deck is quite strong at the moment, but our battle deck still needs direction. I'm okay with Ferdinand not liking us. You'll never take us alive, Switch. Stop this at once. I have diplomatic immunity. I don't. Skittish will panic when an ally panics or dies. Nice. That means we only have to focus on Goon Pachu. Oh, and this is quite the aggressive starting hand. Wounds. And then kiss the fists. The fight is almost over before it even really started. Don't you dare hurt my Oshno. I could get some more experience out of this on the rust buckets. So let's not end this just yet. Rust bucket, and then end it with a drop kick. I'm not gonna kill these guys. That will cause way too much trouble. Winning a battle as a restored run resolve, a medal. Freebie, expend 2 empty bottles cards from your deck. This card costs 0. Reasonable. Very reasonable. The fight is over, but somehow Bordenkra doesn't look pleased. Whoops. You're about to help Bordenkra back onto the boat when you're stopped by a group of Hessians. Ah, there's Quail. Not so fast, heathen. I'm sorry? Are you addressing me? As I mentioned to my escort here, I walk in the shadows. Huh. Hesh wouldn't extend a tentacle to a Rentorian anyway. You're a pretender. Nothing more. And while the cult elders might not see through you, we do. You won't leave a warrior alive. Convince him to let her leave or defend her. Quail will dislike me. Bordenkra will hate you. Nope. Don't think that's a good idea. Let's go with negotiation here. Let's take a step back, huh? The war was the Admiralties, not the cults. You really want to risk starting another one? Another cultist with seal. Just playing this for the experience. Let's gain a renown. And go for some damage. Gain renown, gain renown. Not gonna play Parvenu this turn. Let's get our renown up. Let's keep the board controlled. And this should be over in no time. See if we can get some more experience out of this. We can. And we end this with a compel. Contacts. Gain renown equal to the damage dealt by this card. Decent. Noah guy, double entendre. Contacts could be decent. I'll take it. Just who do you think that benefits, huh? Not your church, that's for sure. I suppose the Admiralty has finally stepped in line. It will be a shame to do anything that might give them more power. You can pass through for now, Rent, but we're watching you. Thank you for your assistance, Smith. Bordenkra loves you! Envoy Pendant. The first diplomacy card you play each negotiation costs 1 less action. Wow, that's very nice. It's a great boon to get. Let's check with the party store. There were some things we wanted to buy. And we might be able to afford them now. What was it? Oh, they changed. Razor Glass. Whenever you play an empty bottle card, take 2 damage. No? At the end of your turn, gain defense equal to any adrenaline you have? No. Improvise a random item card? Not really. Clan Chain is still good. At the start of each turn, gain 1 renown. Hang Under. Whenever you play a slurred speech card, restore 3 resolve. If you have 5 renown or more at the start of your turn, draw a card. Yep. We'll take the Lumin Relic. That makes a lot of sense in our deck. Should have looked at the available cards from Steven first. Entire Supply. Hits all enemies, expend all empty bottle cards in your deck, deal 2 bonus damage per card. Expanded. Powerful. Protective Procedure. The end of your turn, gain 3 defense. Ooh, this is also very nice. Amnesty. Shield all friendly arguments until the start of your next turn. Shield? Why is there no text to help what that means? I think it means it's immune to damage. So this is basically immunity for a turn. Makes sense with that name. It can get sticky. That's pretty good, but I'm pretty sure we don't need any of these. The Entire Supply though? Tempting. Pale Entire Supply, 1 cost. Or boost an Entire Supply. It's just 2 more damage. Yeah, probably not. Let's report to Tay. Hey! Bodenkra did the thing at the place and then went back home. Really? Unharmed? Why are you so surprised? Apologies. It is of course exactly how I expected it to go. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, you're welcome. Oh, one more thing. Did Bodenkra meet with anyone else while she was here? I'm not supposed to say. Cute. But thank you for your discretion. You get paid 100 shills. You gain 2 metal. And a craft reward. Pocket Bomb. Whenever you shuffle your deck, deal 3 damage to a random opponent argument. Nah. Scimitar or cards gain 1 minimum damage. Nah. At the start of your turn, take 1 piercing damage. Jave is just upside. But we don't really synergize with it. It will just give us a 1 to 2 Moxie each turn, so it's kind of like self-healing, a little bit of it. It helps us keep our Moxie up for a while, I suppose. Fine. What does this upgrade to? Ah, and increase your Moxie by 1. Then it's quite good. With this additional effect, it's really good. Ooh, draw 2 cards on the upgrade. Jave installed. We couldn't negotiate for better rewards this time. Too bad. It's time to meet Danicus. You find Danicus leaning over the bar, talking to an increasingly frazzled Sweet Marif. I gave you 20 shills to break into smaller chips and the shills to pay my tab, but you only gave me the change back. No, I gave you what you wrote. I don't think you gave me the 20. Don't give him nothing, sweets. I've whistled that tune before and it's not as catchy as he thinks. I'm getting married tonight, you know. Last you could do is get me drunk first.
Seputia.
Alright, say goodbye to your old life. You're about to get banquet. Goodbye, old life. Bye? I have a feeling the row is not gonna let us just go ahead without a fight. The route to the magistrate office is familiar enough to you, what with being dragged in and out of it enough times in your disgruntled youth. So with your feet going on muscle memory, your mind is free to wander. The row was always annoying. You can easily picture his smug glee when he heard you were being cast out, happy enough to be elevated on his own. You spent your whole life waiting for a chance to clock him and get away with it. But that was just to rough him up a little. Killing him is a different story. Hey bud, you better watch where you're going. Huh? Oh, sorry. Got something on my mind. Nothing personal. I think it probably is personal, Smith. Should have kept laying low, Cassandro. Or what are you calling yourself now? Denicus? I wasn't sure I had your trail. Maybe another month or two, I might have given up. But you had to get greedy and betroth yourself to the only person in Havaria more greasy than you. What is it you want, Donny? Shills? This time tomorrow, I'll have 5 times what you gave me. If you want me to pay you back, it'll be simple. You broke my heart, and you offer me shills? I would have paid twice that much to get you to stay. Shucking Hesh, are you serious? He's a 2-bit con man. I could floss my teeth with his act. And who are you? Hired muscle? I'll kill you too if I have to. Convince her or defend him. Abandon him. No, that wouldn't go well. Fine, I could use a good fight to help me get my head on straight. You mess with Myth, you mess with me. That's a nice looking sword you got there. Or rather, floret. Both of them have formation because they're admiralty. Kinda wanna shatter, kiss the fists, and I guess I'll toughen up. That will work well enough at least. You're attacking me. Actually, let's go for the one who's buffing right now. There's freebie. This is a bad turn. Let's draw some cards. I want to protect my Oshno. We'll go for the freebie, but probably on Previs, because Donny has too much block right now. Exposed. Half the defense applied? Sure, that's nice. We defend with 2 rust buckets, and then we're exposed ourselves. Take 2 damage twice, place Mist Booster's Flask again. Expend a bottle to apply 3 trauma. I'm gonna play it again. Let's keep doing this. I want to stack up on bottles. Alleviate 6 health. We don't have any. We have 1 recoverable health. That's something at least. I'll go for the rumble though. Hmm. We don't need to kill them. Admiralty intel. Yeah. It's not a bad card to get, but a medal resolve auto sorter got upgraded, so we can now filter all empty bottle cards. Not a huge difference, to be honest. Gain another bottle or gain another defense? Well, 3 more defense. I wonder. Anyways, I need a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. I am back. Hey, Katira. Nope, this is my chair. But, Luna can sit on it too. It's just a bit big for her. Anyways, I've decided to go for the stone rust bucket. Having higher defense cards is gonna be important. And we currently have a pretty good bottle balance with the shatter and the freebie spending 4 per cycle, the rust buckets giving us 4 per cycle, and the smith's boosted flask being a wild card I can either spend or generate them. There's another kiss the fists, which is a very good attack. I'll take it. This plan of yours? Best reconsider. This isn't over. Only one of your banquets has any real cloud. And it's not you. Yeah? Your skull says otherwise. The only retreats as quick as our injuries allow. Well, that was certainly dramatic. Do I still look fit to be married? Yeah, a real peach. Let's keep going, huh? Anyways, I want to prepare for the upcoming encounter with Thoreau. These were all pretty bad. Any cards I want to remove, especially from this deck. I like being able to apply trauma. Cavalcade can be good. I think our battle deck is actually pretty decent right now, but I could see a protective procedure being good in it as well. Just gain 3 defense every turn. That is quite nice. At the end of your turn also, so we can still use self-damage to get our moxie up. No, I think we're fine. I'll save the money for later. Let's move on. The magistrate office is calm and quiet. Seems the room might have booked it off specifically for the signing. You stay out of sight once your brother appears, hiding in the vestibule and poking one eye out to watch. The Roo looks happy. The happiest you've ever seen him, to be honest. He's bouncing on his heels as he reaches his hands out to Danicus's, taking them in his own. The magistrate notarizes the paperwork and seals it inside a metal tube before leaving the newlyweds alone to contemplate their future together. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to meet you, and thank you for agreeing to this frankly rushed courtship. Well, I certainly can't complain. Oh, I'm sure you can, especially when you meet my family. I disown all of them if I could. Yeah, speaking of... Smith? I should have known you'd show up. You can't stand to have any graces not be your making. Don't quite get what that means, but if there's a party, I'll crash it. Nobody wants you here. Just go back to whatever lousy dive you call home and let the parasites eat you. This is my home, you brat. I only left cause a lot of you made me feel like I didn't belong. But that's gonna change, because I'm gonna get back what's mine. To your surprise, Thoreau throws out an arm to shield Danicus. It catches you off guard enough to give him time to call for backup. Assassin! Thief! Someone help! Turns out, when you're rich and powerful, there's always someone on hand. Mark 99. Defensive program. There we go. Boss fight time. First, I'm gonna smash this guard of yours into the filigreed floor. Then, baby brother, you and I are gonna have words, and they won't be nice. Or do you do? Metallic, immune to bleed and wound. Piercing attacks do double damage. Ah. That sucks. Combat analysis. Whenever you attack defensive program Mark 99, the base damage of the next attack becomes the damage dealt by your attack. What? So if I hit them with a shatter, they will go up to 4 to 6 damage on each attack. So we definitely want to end this turn with the freebie. No. We want to play Obliterate, because that's 3 hits. It's gonna be painful otherwise. I guess this is where we use the dorsal spines. I'm also gonna use the all-rounder. I want the trauma on the enemy. And then... Sure. Freebie dorsal spines. That was some good damage with trauma and exposed on the enemy. They're attacking my Oshno. If we hit them with the attack that deals less than 10, they should hit for less damage. Let's see what's in the flask. Add impair. Gain power. Power might be a double-edged sword here. I'll actually go for the impair. Actually, the evasion is wasted on this turn. But sure. Yeah, they went down to 7 damage now. We had impair on top of that. It's only 5. Our Oshno can defend for 5. Ah, we might get to 3 glued. Although we are actually doing quite well in terms of damage. I don't really want to end this with the heavy dropkick. The next attack against Donor. Would that include the whole Kiss the Fists? With the Cavalcade I can defend, I guess. Enemy is now traumatized. Yeah, we have enough defense to deal with that attack. Not attacking this turn. Not gonna go too much for the experience here in this boss fight. But wound up. Defensive program Mark 99's attacks deal 4 additional damage. Remove 2 wound up at the end of their turn. 4 additional damage. So his base damage is 3 now. You know what? We end the fight here. Actually, we're one short. Guess it's time to use another evasion. Elevate that. Nice. And they die now. That wasn't too bad. That ability is pretty scary though. Predictive Blast. This card deals bonus damage equal to the target's current intent. Expend. Yeah, it's a boss card, so it doesn't destroy. Damage. Extra damage equal to the... That's actually a lot of damage potentially. Sure. Wild Rant. Improvise 2 hostile cards from your draw pile and play them with random targets. Nice card. No, for our deck. Long Winded. Draw 2 cards and play them for free. Expend. Yes. Networked. Gain 1 renown for every card in your hand. We probably don't need that. Draws a card before doing so. Is the upgrade here? Improvise plus or lose the expend? Well, Long Winded seems like it would always be good. Biostrike. Increase your Moxie by the amount of damage dealt. Obliterate again. And Threshold 5. Reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1 until played. Ooh, can go up to hit 2 cards. How do we meet Threshold? With power? We don't have a lot of power or adrenaline gain. I would like to use Raise, but I'm not sure that really works well in our deck. Another Obliterate. It's just a good card. The stun is very powerful. And Heirloom Nux. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. Is that a problem for us? Do we draw extra cards? We don't. Not at all. That could work. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Battle card upgrades with multiple upgrades now have 1 fewer option. That's actually quite significant. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Enemies no longer panic. That's a big downside. Let's go with the Heirloom Nux. Now we have a 4th action for our battle deck as well. All that's left is Theroux. Trembling in his very expensive boots. Denico stands by, watching you closely. Well, you have done what you always do. So what's next, miss? You kill me? And then what? Vix, if you can even get to him? And Malifi? I'd like to see you try. Reconcile with Theroux. Nope. Thing is, Theroux, you disowned me. So that means we're not even actually brothers anymore. It doesn't feel good, but he does go down easy. Romance really is dead, huh? Like, that's what you signed on for? I don't know. Hard not to think after what happened earlier. Theroux seemed nice enough. Maybe I could have stuck around. Maybe you ought to. With that old flame of yours after you? No offense, but you could probably use more friends than you got. I thought you wanted me gone. Now you offer protection? Maybe I'm just pragmatic, yeah? I'm down a brother. I could use a stand-in. Speaking of, how are you going to frame this? You produce a souvenir you pilfered from your earlier encounter with Danica's ex. Jealousy, huh? That's a hell of a thing. Grumpf hates us. You've incurred his fury and will likely face the consequences. Killed our friend Theroux. Lose 30 shields every morning. Oh no! But Denikos loves us. At the end of every negotiation, recover 3 resolve. That's pretty good. Reason, made them into a rich widow. You plant the evidence and leave the rest for the magistrate to find in the morning. Well, that worked. Phew. I do now have enough to buy a graph, but maybe what I want is a battle graph slot. Yeah, I don't like the master chip too much. Hey folks out there got more upgrades than I remember. How do I get in on that? I'm a licensed craft surgeon, but I'm not licensed to administer anesthesia. Anesthesia? That sounds right. Yeah, we're about to sleep, I think, so now will be the time for this. This may sting a little. It will likely sting a lot. Lost 15 HP. But we have another battlecraft slot available. Yes, you appear to be patched up quite nicely. Let me know if anything feels knocked loose. But I think we wait for the next day to actually get a battlecraft. Let's also visit the metal vendor for now. We have a few metal points. I like the graft start with extra bonus XP. Let's go with battle grafts first. Let's also get the additional starting shills for our next run. And then time to celebrate or something like that. Or just head to our room. Hip flask, gain an influence, expand, destroy after 3 uses. That's actually pretty decent. But we don't need it at all. Let's head to our room. Back at the hideaway, you and Marif catch up. Sweet Marif opens the door behind the bar for you. Your bed calls to you. You hit the pillow like a load of bricks. And we heal to full. 3 new loved, 1 new hated, 1 new disliked. Bunch of new cards on both decks, a bunch of new crafts. Not bad, not a bad result.